Psychology notes. The endocrine system sends signals by passing hormones through bloodstream. Hormones are made in different body parts. The main functions is to create blood sugar levels, manage hunger, metabolism, sleep, and sex drive. The hypothalamus signals the pituitary glands. So the pituitary gland, also known as the master gland, regulates stress, growth, reproduction. It sends signals to other glands, examples such as ovaries, testes, and thyroid glands. If this gland isn't working, well, it can lead to gigantism, dwarfism, and acromegaly. Thyroid gland secretes thyroxine, which affects metabolism. A malfunctioning thyroid gland can lead to fatigue, depression, joint pain. Pineal gland releases melatonin, regulating sleep. Adrenal glands releases adrenaline, regulating arousal. Gonads secrete hormones like estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, regulating the development of sex characteristics. The brain structure has two sides, the left brain and the right brain. The right hemisphere controls the left side, and they communicate with each other. The cerebral cortex is the outer layer of the brain, also known as the cerebrum. It forms succi and gyrri, or peaks and valleys. This allows for more surface area to fit into the skull. The cerebral cortex has 4 distinct lobes. It's frontal, parietal, occipital, and temporal. All lobes contain association areas that process higher order functions such as thinking, remembering, and planning. So, the frontal lobe is directly behind the forehead. It controls executive functioning, such as decision-making, problem-solving, reasoning, planning, personality, motivation. Frontal lobe is what separates us from other animals. Parietal lobe. It's on top of the head. It processes sensory signals such as touch, pressure, temperature, and pain. Somatosensory cortex is located here. Occipital lobe. It's located in the back of the brain. Processes visual signals and coordinates aspects of vision. It allows us to recognize lines, angles, shapes, and movement. Temporal lobes, located near the ears. It processes auditory information. Wernicke's area is located in the left temporal lobe. Damage to these areas result in agnosia or propaganosia. The brainstem. Bottom stalk-like area of your brain. It connects the brain to the spinal cord. The medulla, responsible for maintaining and regulating heart rate, breathing, digestion, swallowing, and more. Pons, located above the medulla. Nerve fibers that relay information from brainstem to cerebellum. Midbrain, located above the pons, plays a role in vision, movement, hearing, and muscle coordination. Cerebellum, little brain. It's a motor control, coordination, and balance. Reticular formation can help regulate the intensity of pain and filter out unnecessary stimuli. It also regulates the sleep cycle. The limbic system is made up of the thalamus, which relay station between the brainstem and the cerebral cortex, and it sends information to the appropriate lobes. The hippocampus, which is the main purpose, is for long-term memory, recall of facts and events, and spatial perception. Amygdala, it's involved in the experiencing of emotions, and it's active during threatening situations, and it processes fear stimuli. It also contains the hypothalamus, which regulates hunger and feelings of fullness, and the nucleus accumbens, which processes pleasure, aversion, motivation, learning, and reward, and it's where dopamine is needed. And then the brain lateralization and neuroplasticity. Each of the hemispheres perform its own functions, however, they're not separate. The right side of the brain is generally known for creativity, intuition, and emotion, and is more visual in interpretation, so it makes inferences, comprehending patterns, emotional cognition, and processing music. The left side of the brain is generally known for being the logical side of the brain, so writing, reading, math, detailed analysis, and verbal memory. Neuroplasticity is the ability to modify itself, adapt in responses to change, such as hemispherectomy. But yeah.